here. Is it snowing where you're at? So, something that was in my mind this morning is I was thinking about this. I was triggered by an email that I received earlier or later last night. I love the idea of road trips. I love the idea of jumping in the car with someone you love and someone you go on an adventure with, picking a final destination possibly, or even nowhere, and then heading that direction. So, for instance, I live in California. Yeah, no, I live in Pennsylvania. If we jumped in the car and decided, we're going to hit Cali, we're going to go from coast to coast, the possibilities between where we're here now and where we're getting are endless, right? And I love that idea of endless possibilities. But yet there's one crucial element involved, right? There's one thing that's going to make it or break it as far as that trip, and that's fuel, right? If I don't put gas in the car, if we don't put gas in the car along the journey, our trip's going to come to an abrupt end, and so is the fun. See, we need fuel in our lives too. Whenever we're about to take a new journey, make a shift, we need something to run on, something to help drive us into this future, right? And the journey we've been talking about is becoming the person we were created to be. I've quoted this so many times. I love the quote from Anthony Truck that says, "What promise did God make the day you were born? What are you here for? Who did God create you to become?" Yesterday or the day before, we talked about choosing who we want to become before we even say what habits we need to develop. Because we talk about habits this week and a little bit of mindset. We need to say we're going to do that because a healthy person. We're not saying that we want to do this. We're not laying that in the habit. We're laying it in the identity of the habit, right? So we're not saying I want to run a marathon. We're saying I want to be a runner, right? We're saying I want to be a healthy person. I want to be a reader. I want to be debt free. You're saying who you identify. Who do you want to become? So we know our destination, right? The habits and the mindset we work on along the way, and the tasks that we choose, the programs we join, the communities that we join. Yesterday was big about putting those people around you, are all with the end goal. That they are the end goal of who you are to become, who you were designed to be, right? So we all need sustenance, and sustenance isn't just physical. Our minds need sustenance too. Our bodies do. So when we begin this journey to be who we want to become, we need to identify what our fuel is. And some advice: if your fuel is sheer willpower, or you're going to push through it and you're just going to muscle through it, you're going to hunker down and you should do it because you know you need to do it, it's not enough. The shoulds will burn out every time. We're all guilty of knowing what we should do and not doing it. We need to know why. The fuel needs to come from your head, your heart, and what you really, really want out of life. Why do you want to become healthy? Why do you want to become a writer? Why do you want to become debt-free? Why do you want to be a business owner? Why do you want to change lives, right? What would get you excited to get out of bed in the morning? What are you afraid at your core to miss out on in life? What have you had enough of? Because sometimes not wanting something or getting away from something is just as powerful as wanting to something. This is your fuel. You just need to pick one which has the strongest pull in your life. It's going to make the biggest difference in your health, in your finances, in your life, right? And you'll be on your way to being the person that you want to be, the person you're created to be. Now, if anything we've talked about this week, talking about habits, mindset, becoming who you want to be, yesterday we talked about plugging into a community that supports that journey. If any of that resonates with you, I invite you to join us on the 90-day reset, which launches Monday. Okay. There's tons of stuff in the program that is a value that's not extra costs. If you want to learn more, check me out at my Facebook group, Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, a faith-based journey to do more, give more, and serve more. That's my free group. We chat about all these topics and more. We focus on finances, we focus on health, focus on mindset, growth, habits. We focus on what we need to focus on to becoming the person we want to be. And more important, we're plugging into a community of people that are just like us on the journey that we're on. So we get that support that we need, because we don't always get that support by those that we live with. So I invite you to join us on this journey and step into the person God created you to be, who you want to be, right? So what are some changes that you want to make? All right, let's see what comments we have today. All right. Good morning, Lois. Let's see. Yes, that's my shortcoming, always talking about what I should be doing. Lois, you are not alone. That is so many of us. I mean, scripture even talks about it. Why do we do the things we say we don't? Why do we do things we hate and don't do the things that we love? Like there's scripture about that. It's human nature, but we have the power to change that. We have the power to choose our mindset, to choose our habits, choose to step into the life that we were created to live. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. We just need to connect with our creator and we'll get there. All right, guys. So today is the last day. I'll be talking with you before we launch the 90-day reset. I hope you'll be joining us. And I will see you guys on Monday.